Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I welcome you in my today's lesson. Today's class is based on the relationship of Ijma with the second primary source of law, that is Hadith and Sunnah. And we already have done all the four sources of Islamic law. Holy Quran as a source of law, Hadith or Sunnah as the source of law, and then we did secondary sources, Ijma and Qiyas as sources of law. We have done relationship of Ijma and Qiyas with the Holy Quran, and now we will do the relationship of Ijma with the Hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a 10 marks question, and this is from assessment objective 1, that is knowledge based question. So before we do the answer in detail, first of all, marking scheme will be discussed. So to write this question, you have to decide the order of the answer. So first of all, you will introduce both of the sources. For example, first of all, you will explain or you will give the definition of Hadith and Sunnah. Then you will introduce Ijma. Thirdly, you will write the approval of Ijma only from the Hadith or Sunnah of the Prophet, because this is the statement of question, and question is asking you to write the relationship of Ijma with Hadith. So approval from Quran is not required here. Okay? Then we will give the condition how and when we are allowed to make and to use Ijma. At the end, we will give its examples. And again, keep this in mind. You have to give at least 4 examples only from Hadith and Sunnah. Any example given from the Holy Quran will not be accepted here, because question asks you to write the relationship of Ijma with the Hadith and Sunnah of the Holy Prophet. Okay, I think this is clear to you. Now we will do it in detail. Okay, now this is the definition of Hadith. I wrote a very short and brief definition. You can write your own. Hadith is the second primary source of law. They are the words of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the most authentic after the Holy Quran. Now, definition of Ijma. Ijma means a uniform opinion of scholars on any issue that is not present in the Quran and Hadith. It should not go against the first 2 primary sources. Now, this is condition. It is important that those who make Ijma should have a sound knowledge of Islam and other modern sciences. Only well-versed scholars can make rules using Ijma, and they should make in the light of Quran and Hadith. Okay, now approval. Again, approval will be only from the Hadith of the Prophet. For example, a Holy Prophet approved Ijma by saying, my community does not agree on an error. It is not permissible to sell any edible items to the seller before having ownership of the goods. This is first example of the relationship of Ijma with Hadith. Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said regarding this, whosoever buys edible items cannot sell it until he has taken ownership thereof. Okay, for example, Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you do not have ownership of any item, you cannot sell it to the market, okay, or to others. This ruling is clear, but this hadith is narrated by only one just companion. This is khabar-e wahid. Therefore, there remains a doubt of reliability like a Sahih Hadith, in which we have a lot of narrators who are just truthful and honest. But this hadith is narrated by only one companion. So, in order to remove this doubt of reliability, scholars gathered and they decided unanimously, and they said selling items before having ownership is not permissible. Now they decided and they make laws in the light of hadith of the Prophet. Okay. Next example is the selection of Hazrat Abu Bakr as a caliph. Hazrat Abu Bakr was made caliph through Ijma. After the demise of the Holy Prophet, Ansar and Muhajirin unanimously decided to make Abu Bakr anhu the first caliph. This decision of their Ijma can be certified in the light of the Sunnah of the Prophet. So why they did this? Why they made this law? Why they decided to make Hazrat Abu Bakr as the first caliph? Obviously, they decided in the light of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam Sunnah, who made him Imam of prayers during his sickness. And Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam chose Hazrat Abu Bakr as Amir Hajj in his life. That is why Sahaba also made him their leader after the demise of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, third example, Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if in a miscarried fetus life is established by its movement, a funeral prayer should be offered for it, and it is entitled to its share of inheritance. This is narrated in or written in Tirmizi, Nasai, and Ibn Majah books. Okay, these are ahadith books. According to this hadith of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the funeral of a miscarried fetus will be offered if it had shown life signs before its death. For example, movement when it reaches the age of 4 months. But the question arises, when the fetus is miscarried before 4 months and life signs are not found in it, then the funeral prayer will be offered or not. So this was question basically. So the scholars in the light of this hadith formed the law of not offering the funeral prayer for a miscarried fetus with no life signs, and it is less than the age of 4 months. Rather, it will be washed, wrapped, and buried. So this law was made in the light of the above hadith. Now this is example number 4. Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whenever you sight the new moon of Ramzan, observe fast, and when you sight the moon of Shawwal, break it. And if the sky is cloudy for you, then observe fast for 30 days. However, he did not order to make any committee to see the moon. But nowadays, there is huge pollution in space and we cannot trust the naked eye. Therefore, Muslims through Ijma made a committee to see the moon. So this is a new ruling. And it was also decided because we cannot see moon with naked eyes, so it was decided to use telescopes to see the moon. Okay, this is another example of companions or Muslim scholars Ijma. Another example of Ijma can be taken from the Caliphate of Hazrat Umar. In the Caliphate of Hazrat Umar, through Ijma of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Tarawih prayer was made important to offer in the congregation as people started to leave it. This decision of Ijma regarding Tarawih prayer is certified through the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet. What was that? It was, once a companion offered Tarawih prayer behind the Holy Prophet and he did not forbid him. Though later on the Holy Prophet ﷺ did not offer it in congregation, but he according to some traditions, he offered Tarawih prayer with some followers once or twice. So this was taken as a proof, and or this was taken as a law. So new ruling was formed that was offering Tarawih prayer in every Ramazan in congregation after Isha prayer. I hope this topic is clear to all of you. Inshallah, we will discuss the next topic, that is relationship of Hadith with Qiyas. Okay, till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.